Fuck me, I've just made the mistake of... Dog's not well, so I took her up the road. I don't know the area, but I thought there's a little walk up near a river there. You know, give her a chance to hear the, you know, the running stream in her ears, and just like, she's not well at all. She isn't. You know. And I thought, while I'm there, which it's only 8 miles up the road, I'll nip into a place, which I don't know whether you'll know about it or you'll have heard of it, but it's called Whinlatter Forest. It's been around since I was a kid. A bit like the Grisdale Forest, whereas this one's become famous for mountain biking. Fucking hell. Thank God it said fucking 20 minutes free and don't pay on your way out. I forgot it was half term. Frightening. Well, I'll tell you one thing. There weren't no raggy ass kids up there. There weren't no kids with the stripes hanging out their ass like we were when we were kids. Yeah, playing Kirby or fucking climbing fucking trees. No, these little fuckers were on £1,000 mountain bikes. A lot of them look very undeveloped as far as I'm concerned in many ways. And so did the fucking actual fathers, to be honest. Don't take this in a fucking nasty way. But, you know, as they wipe the mud off their Oakleys or whatever they fucking use these days. You know, and the mucky knees and the big fucking fancy fucking knee pads. There are some wonderful runs apparently around there on mountain bikes. And they're up there. I mean, there wasn't a fucking parking place, man. There wasn't. There was hundreds of cars where the mountain bike shop is, where the cafeteria is, and they all head off on these different routes. And I think it's wonderful. I do. I think it's a wonderful fucking place. I think it's a wonderful fucking, you know, setup. Everything's right about it. Apart from the fact there's no raggy ass kids there. There's no kids from fucking the kind of kids I've seen in my life, you know, that I was brought up with. This was a special and selected group of kids, 90% wise, that are from well-to-do families, grandma and granddad, mother and father, who've rented a cottage, you know, or even come up for the day to this part of the world to use Whinlatter Forest. Yeah. And as I've always said with most sports, be it cricket, rugby, football or whatever, you don't get the best out of your fucking nation or you get the best for your sport through not allowing everyone to get involved. And I know people on here who say to me, oh, the cream always rises to the top. Well, the cream doesn't rise to the fucking top if it's not in the fucking bottle. Yeah, because the majority don't get a chance to get in the bottle, mate, to rise to the fucking top. You know, when you're competing about mountain biking or whatever, they haven't had the same fucking opportunity. No, it's forgive me, I had to put it in. I noticed I had to put it in as I drove through the Lawton Vale. Yeah, you know, that's the actual fucking view out my window there. And that pike didn't look as big when I got to it, but it's only 8 miles up the road. And, I mean, a little village that you wouldn't believe it. 4 tennis courts in the middle of it. I believe there's an MP lives there. But anyway, it's just a little bit of a fucking qualm I've had to mention. As I just read Rebel's post regarding nipping in the bud of recruitment agencies. I'm afraid recruitment agencies, Rebel, are the fucking, well, the rug rat or whatever you want to call it, of subcontractors. You know, I was born part of it. As a young apprentice that, you know, worked for a firm that paid you a wage and everyone was paid a wage. National insurance was paid, your fucking holiday pay was paid. Your sick time was paid. You fucking, you know, you weren't earning a lot, but you were covered in every angle. You know what I mean? It's that time of day again. You were covered in every angle. But what happened was the 70s, 60s, the British government decided to actually bring in self-employment for ordinary tradespeople. Sole traders, as I believe they were called. Or what it basically meant was that when you went to do a job for someone, when you went to do a job for a company, i.e. build an house or whatever, right, you only supplied your labour. No, you didn't supply the cement mixer, the bricks, the fucking blocks, you know. You didn't supply those things because they could make profit out of those, whether it be through other taxes. I think it was purchase tax then, before VAT came in. So you got, you know, Barrett's came along, you know, Wimpy's came along, you name them, you know, McAlpines, all the big companies of the 1960s and 70s. And even though I came into it 7 or 8 years after it had first started, you know, the boys were in there. You were working direct, shall we say, for the man in charge. You paid your own national insurance, you paid your own insurance, you paid your own what was the name of that? You know, public liability insurance, which was peanuts, fucking £40 a year. And your wages went from when I first went in it, working for companies like Cruden's, where your wages with holiday pay, with sick pay, which, you know, was peanuts. You know, your wages then would have been £25, £30 a week. You moved on to Barrett's, where you paid your own sick pay, and your wages went to £120, £130 a week. So you had 5 times the fucking wage coming in. So everyone dived in it, because you were working direct for Barrett's, Wimpy's. They were sent, you know, your check said fucking Wimpy's on, your check said Barrett's on, your check said McAlpines on. I paid this fucking dirty arsehole bricklayer here to build that house X amount. Yeah? And then came the bottom feeders. You know? The fucking subcontractors. Who arse-licked their way into the likes of Mr. Wimpy or his fucking main boy and the other companies. Whether it be on a night out in a pub or meeting him over whatever. And he said, what about me and you taking a little cut out of this? And I'll pay these silly cunts here who want to bust their arse for me if in between I can drop you this, yeah? This brown envelope, yeah? Slip it in your fucking pocket or wherever. And I'll take a cut off them before I pay them the peanuts left, yeah? That you pay the monkey with. And then came along the fucking recruitment agencies rebel, yeah? Who also took out, well, basically now you go and work for a recruitment agency and he sells you to a subcontractor. And the subcontractor then sells you to the fucking firm itself, if that still exists. There's probably 7 or 8 people now taking a cut out of the wages of a carer, of a fucking young man working for fucking an agency, of a young man working on a big contract in London in the construction industry. There's probably 4, 5 or 6 people having a cut without even so much as fucking, like, you know, lifting a finger. Now that's not right, is it? Is it fuck right? That's what you call fucking, well, these are the fucking pimps. Pimps is the word, yeah. They are making a living out of your physical fucking attributes. Whatever you can do, be it lay bricks, yeah, whether it be fucking fix an electrical wire, whether it be a carer looking after the elderly, yeah. This dirty fucking pimp, who a few years ago would have been caught down the fucking back alley, you know, selling some fucking poor girl. That's what you're actually working for, pimps, man. It is. They're selling your ability to do something, whether it be in the old days suck a cock or take it up the fucking arse. They're selling your ability to set a brick or whatever else. What's that Arctic Monkey song? Who's that? Da da da. You know what I mean? Yeah. Scumbags. That's what they are.